Hey everyone, Ben Brown, WWE Archivist here. We're at the WWE Warehouse and we're celebrating 25 years of SmackDown. So, in celebration of 25 years, I've collected some great artifacts and memorabilia from these 25 years of SmackDown, most of which fits in this case. We'll show you some other great stuff around the building, but let's take a look. We're gonna start with this because it's very precarious. A legitimate bear trap. This was actually used within the first year and a half of SmackDown. This is Stone Cold hunting DX on SmackDown. I think actually Brian James, Road Dogg, had his leg trapped in there, and I'm pretty sure you can still see some shrapnel from his calf. Great, hilarious antics of Stone Cold Steve Austin hunting DX. So pretty awesome. This is one of the Undertaker's urns. This is actually the last version of the urn. These three stripes and kind of the most iconic of the Undertaker urns. Paul Bearer actually returned to WWE in 2010 for a little stint, about a year and a half before his untimely passing. This is a legitimate Undertaker urn, and just so you know, these are bought where other urns are bought. This is nothing specifically for the show. This has a style number. These three stripes became indicative of the Undertaker. Should I look inside? No ashes, bro. One of them has ashes, I'm pretty sure. So Mr. Greatest of all time, John Cena. This is his custom-made chain gang soldier. If you want some, come get some. Spinner necklace. So this is really the origin of the spinner title, right? Like this came before the US Championship spinner and before the WWE Championship spinner. And you can see it's just held in with a nice little nut back there. Somebody knew what they were doing, because it spins pretty nice. WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels comes out versus The Undertaker, comes down from the heavens. Shawn Michaels actually came out and mocked The Undertaker a bit with his entrance, with druids in white, with fog billowing into the ring, and he wore this Undertaker-style, MMA-style gloves and these white boots as well. So he actually didn't wear these white gloves or the boots for his WrestleMania match with Undertaker, but he did for this particular SmackDown leading into WrestleMania 25. So the pomp and circumstance that went into that bout of intimidation between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. This one's a little unfortunate. This is the big dog. Roman Reigns was in a months-long feud with Baron Corbin at the time. I think he was actually King Corbin at the time. They were dressing up someone as the big dog and making fun of Roman Reigns, and this is the big dog itself. We don't see Roman for a little while after this, and he comes back essentially as the tribal chief after his foray with the big dog here. But nice little relic of the past. There's your big dog vest, specific for the big dog. Kind of cool. I mean, it's the Roman Reigns logo, or the big dog logo, the old Roman Reigns logo, but he has some of those signature pieces on there with the triangles or arrows, whatever you want to call them. Eddie's bedtime stories. I won't read you the bedtime stories. They're a little bit salacious.
So let's dim the lights, and I'll be very quiet like good little boys and girls.
The little boy was named Dominic. Ooh, okay. Anyhow, Eddie's bedtime stories, made out of one of the Mick Foley kids' books on the inside, but all of the writing for Eddie's bedtime stories is inside of here. The traveling case for Godfather's hats. So some of Godfather's signature hats in here. The style of the hat itself is called Godfather. It's not in there because it was made for Godfather, but literally the Capas design Godfather style hat. Pretty cool. The Word Life US title, John Cena spinner title. I mean, the spinner title was great, right? It's John Cena putting his stamp on on a championship. This eventually then inspired the WWE Championship going into the spinner direction. This one actually, this specific one had a little motor on the back for a period of time. I think it was on display at like a Toys R Us or something like that, and it was just would constantly spin. Pretty rare piece and has seen better days, but here's the spinner title. One of my favorites, Seth freaking Rollins. We have a plethora of his custom-made outfits out here. Seth actually never wears the same outfit twice. He has a stylist buy these for him and wears them once and they get retired. So you'll other than his ring gear, and then I know that there was a black jacket or a red jacket with a collar that he wore for a long period of time. But other than that, if you see Seth Rollins doing a promo, you see it one time. You see one outfit one time. So pretty cool. One of the golden era of SmackDown's greatest superstars, King Booker. So there's King Booker's crown and his cape. And if King Booker ever comes out of retirement, his crown is ready for him, even just for a night. This is just the carrying case for John Cena's nuts. Specifically, early in John Cena's run on SmackDown, he came out wearing these. Word life. Okay, so the weird hidden feature of this box, and I wish it would pop out, is this is a CD player too. I mean, look at that work. So you can see the spin. I'm just gonna show you all of it. See the little speakers in the back. So SmackDown, again, in that mid-2000s era, you know, really was distinct from the Raw product, right? And they went so distinct that they had full-on different SmackDown referee outfits. So kind of cool to see. Would love to see something like this come back. You know, just really made the SmackDown referees pop, and I think it probably added to a sense of pride of being on SmackDown to wear the blue. Again, one of our great SmackDown Women's Champions. This is one of the more contemporary Asuka masks. Yeah, I mean, Asuka is, you know, one of the most dominant competitors in the history of WWE and in the history of SmackDown. When she came back with this, it was kind of a nice, fearsome look, bringing it back with these horns and all these different color combinations. It's pretty awesome. From the Firefly Funhouse, which was a, you know, Raw and SmackDown staple, but this is the painting from the Firefly Funhouse. We saw it in a bunch of episodes. Just having it here in person and being able to honor Bray and to honor that character is a great thing to have in the archives. Wouldn't fit in the box. Mordecai. Essentially the white version of Undertaker, however you want to say it. I mean, he'd come down to the ring and smoke billowing around him, had this on his shoulder. That's the Mordecai logo. This is just a cool thing. I mean, again, it's a moment in time. You know, Mordecai went on to have a, you know, continue his career as another character in ECW, kind of the absolute opposite of Mordecai. So not everything is going to fit in this box, right? There's actually some really gigantic pieces in here. I mean, everybody asked me about the SmackDown Fist. SmackDown Fist is in 3 different parts, in different parts of the warehouse. It's gigantic. The thing took up a single tractor trailer, was the entire SmackDown Fist. And we do still have it. We don't have all the glass shattering pieces from around it, but the SmackDown Fist is here. In an homage to an earlier great moment on SmackDown, Kurt Angle came out with the milk truck and used this hose, to spray milk onto some unsuspecting opponents. Kind of cool to see the milk hose here, and then we'll just keep going and going. These are the horns from the JBL limo. I don't really have anything else to say about them other than their beautiful horns and mounted to the front of a limo. But I mean, it's JBL. It was obnoxious. It was over the top. It was this Texan turned millionaire, and very cool to see. Was just used mere weeks ago on SmackDown, leading into SummerSlam, the match between Logan Paul and LA Knight. Yeah. over the top of Logan Paul's face. Anyhow, it's a very contemporary SmackDown item, so we continually get stuff back from our shows. We have one of Eddie Guerrero's lowriders here. It's a functional lowrider. It's a 1963 Impala, and it is a beautiful piece of work. I think we brought it out, and Dominic and Rhea had a little thing with it a couple years ago at WrestleMania. It is now our staple Eddie Guerrero lowrider. There you go. Some iconic items from 25 years of SmackDown. If you have anything that you'd like to see from the warehouse, or maybe something that we can hunt down, I'd love to see it in the comments. And as we move into a new era of SmackDown on USA Network, we'll just keep building this collection and keep building memories on SmackDown. Thank you so much.